you feel the love tonight?
We knew that was going to happen.
Do you know what I also love? That we looked at each other like, are we going to do it? And then we did it.
All right. We hope you're having a good morning.
Thank you.
That's great.
That just added, that's now an earworm for the next 3 years. You just pushed that to 2020. I just got rid of it.
Kalina, thank you for supporting us.
Thank goodness you guys sound
You need to get on this train.
You were on pitch, and you were totally,
Well, welcome back to KCAL
That might be a little.
Yeah, that was a stretch. You went too far with the compliment.
Okay. So let's
get to the weather.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if I can speak after that.
Well, you can sing.
You don't want that. Trust me. So we'll leave that to Sheba and also Jamie, who sounded awesome, by the way. We have a really wide temperature spread from our inland deserts, which are already almost 90. Now look outside in LA. Yeah, cloudy, dreary, 67 degrees. At the same time, on the other side of those mountains, it is almost 90 degrees already. But we are mired in the 60s because we're very cloudy. Camarillo, Simi Valley, only 64. Fullerton, 68. Santa Ana, 66 degrees. We look live outside, and Long Beach is mostly cloudy. We go to the mountains, and now the clouds are beginning to burn off, so I do expect temperatures to climb pretty quickly in Pasadena and Azusa and also Fontana because the clouds are leaving you. But clouds are lingering longer today compared to yesterday. There has been some drizzle reported near the beach as well. So all of that adding up to a cooler afternoon, and not today, but later this week, we will have a mountain thunderstorm chance. Chino, up to 84 degrees today. Man, you were well into the 90s last week, so this is about a 14, 15 degree temperature drop, despite the fact that you have the sunshine now and will throughout the day. 6 o'clock temperature, 80 degrees. LA, 78. Inland Empire, 92. Beaches, 72. And the high desert, 97. For some of you, up to 6 or 7 degrees cooler today compared to yesterday. We'll take a look at that mountain thunderstorm chance coming up right now. We'll see how the roads are doing at 9 a.m. Here's Kalina. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Let's take you back out to the IE this morning where this is still an issue. However, I just saw an update that said they're in the process of trying to open up 2 of the lanes, but for now all lanes are still blocked off eastbound 10 before Riverside Avenue. It's that hazmat situation. This is a look at the scene. You can see CHP blocking the roadway, fire department on scene. It's a mess out there, and it's been closed for quite some time. So still take the 210 East, still take the 60 East, San Bernardino Avenue. They'll all help you right around that full freeway closure. And again, I've issued a next traffic alert, so you'll see that air at the bottom of your screen until it clears up from the roadway. Here's a look at the 405 freeway, Sepulveda Pass this morning. Southbound traffic is loading up as well. 41-minute ride Roscoe over to Sunset. And an overall view of the rest of LA, still tough on that 5 freeway southbound. Solid semi right at Mission. The middle lane is blocked off. That's a backup of about 24 minutes from the 134 to the 10. And then the 110 freeway still trying to recover from that earlier crash between the 105 and the 10. That'll take you 27 minutes to get through. Sheba and Jamie, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kalina. A welfare check on a couple in Encino ends with both of them found dead in their home.
Yeah, KCAL's Tina Patel is at the scene of the ongoing investigation where neighbors say they're now feeling uneasy.
A family member is now here. He didn't want to say much, but he did confirm that the couple who was killed did live here. Neighbors tell us that it was an older couple that they'd often seen walking the dog around the neighborhood, but they did not know much about them other than that. Now, police say they found the bodies of the man and woman inside this multi-million-dollar house yesterday afternoon. They had both been shot and killed, but we don't know why and we don't know when. Police say they were called to the home to do a welfare check, but we don't know if someone requested that because they hadn't heard from the couple in a few days or if it was longer. The coroner left a short time ago, and so hopefully they'll be able to figure out an exact time of death. Police say they are investigating this as a double murder, not a murder-suicide, but they don't have anyone in custody yet, and they don't have any suspect info. Neighbors are worried.
My renter saw somebody hopping the fence, but that was back on Thursday. She called 911, but we didn't hear anything since then. So we have no idea if it's even related or not.
It does appear there are security cameras at this home, and it looks like there are some other homes nearby that also have security systems, so police will be going through that footage to see if that can provide any clues and information about a suspect. In Encino, Tina Patel, KCAL News.
Tina, thank you. Straight from the desk, new evidence in the search for a hit-and-run driver. We want to check in with assignment manager Mark Blue now.
Yeah, Jamie, so LAPD detectives say this bicyclist was severely injured in this hit-and-run crash, and the driver involved is still on the loose. They want the public to take a look at some security video that might help ID who did this. Now, you're looking at security video from a gas station on the corner of 20th and Hoover in the Pico Union area. This is very early on the morning of May 28th, about 3:15 in the morning. You're going to see a bicyclist come into view on the right side of your screen. There he is right there. There's a circle around that bike. Now, LAPD says on that bike is a 60-year-old man. He approaches the corner of 20th and Hoover, and that's when he is struck by a white sedan. We've paused the video at that moment. The driver of that white sedan did not stop. The bicyclist was thrown to the ground, very severely injured. Now, we've paused that video to give you the best look that LAPD says they have of that white sedan. The last time anybody saw that sedan, it was traveling west on 20th Street towards the 10 freeway. LA fire paramedics say that bicyclist was rushed to the hospital where they did survive, but LAPD detectives are looking for the driver of that white sedan. Anyone with information about the identity of that driver is asked to call LAPD detectives. It's a $25,000 reward leading to the arrest of that person. That's the very latest here from the desk. We'll send it back to you.
Mark, thank you. The rush is on at the Port of LA as importers race to beat President Trump's tariffs.
Yeah, the port says June was the busiest on record. KCAL News reporter Rick Montanez explains how this might affect you.
The Port of Los Angeles on the positive end of that yo-yo swing that we've seen happening. In May, there was a considerable drop-off of about 34% in imports here, but they are rebounding, seeing their best June on record. And you see there is a lot of activity here at the port this morning. We know that what happens here at the port ultimately has that trickle-down effect down the supply chain and can impact our wallets and even our budgets. Imports into the Port of LA slowed drastically in May, and that impacted jobs for dock workers, truck drivers, and on down the supply chain. But now we're hearing from the port's executive director, Gene Soroka. He spoke with me live at 7 a.m. here on KCAL News Mornings, and he says the Port of LA is coming off its best June on record. Imports were up 8% over June 2024. July could be another one for the record books, he says. This increase in imports, he tells me, could be due to the latest threat by President Donald Trump of increased tariffs coming on August 1st.
Tariffs are sales taxes on the products that come into the U.S. that ultimately you and I buy. So realistically, importers around the country and here in L.A. are buying as much as they can before those prices go up.
On the other side of business here at the Port of LA, exports, he says, have been down 6 of the last 7 months. He says that's due in part to reciprocal tariffs on U.S. grown or made products. Soroka says he's speaking with U.S. transportation and trade officials about the need for a more stable trade deal or plan for the future. The bottom line of all of this is really we could see fewer items on our store shelves as well as increased prices. But ultimately, like we've been doing the last few months, it's waiting to see what happens if those tariffs will take place and begin on August 1st. Of course, we'll keep you posted on how everything shakes out. Reporting at the Port of LA, Rick Montanez, KCAL News.
Rick, thank you. New this morning, USC has a major budget deficit. Now the university is facing some pretty steep cuts. The university's deficit has ballooned to more than $200 million. The interim president blames the shortfall in federal funding cuts, dwindling international enrollment, and years of overspending. Earlier this year, USC was under a hiring freeze. Now officials plan to enact layoffs and sell unused properties. So far, it's not clear how many people will lose their job or from which departments.
The Orange County Transportation Authority is holding a meeting today where it will discuss strategies for long-term solutions for rail along the coast. A section between Dana Point and the San Diego County line has had to close repeatedly because of landslides and erosion affecting the tracks. The agency says it's looking for public feedback to keep trains running over the coming decades. Work is still ongoing to stabilize tracks between hillsides and beaches. All right, it is 9:08 now. Coming up, they're going the distance. Next, we'll chat about the